Me just love up your vibes. Yeah.
Girl, I see what you need and I hear what you're asking for. You understand that? Warm up your sweet chocolate. Keep the stickiness on it. See the bike back on it and jump up on it. We understand that.
Boy, I see what you did and I hear what you're asking for. You want to
stop me,
sometime.
Stop me, hey, hey. Why, stop
me, shake me like automatic, pressure me with this stick shift, ice me up like flat pan stick and mix me up like a sweet cake mixer.
Girl, I see what you need and I hear what you're asking for. You understand that? Warm up your sweet chocolate, leave the stickiness on it. See the bike back right on it and jump up on it. We want to stunt that.
Boy, I see what you need and I hear what you're asking for. You want to stunt that. Stunt me, stunt me, stunt that.
Stunt me, hey.
I don't want no soft man, always complaining. I can't deal with no broke man who never have nothing. I don't want no fat man, they always eating. No, I come in and pumping.
Why so tired? So give me, let me bounce by you now. Straight from the bar to the kitchen counter. I wanna turn off the lights. Hey, hey, hey. City, country man. Bend over there with your big bumper. Set me love up your vibes. Hey, hey, hey.
Shake me like automatic, pressure me with this stick shift, ice me up like flat one stick and mix me up like a sweet cake mixer.
Girl, I see what you need and I hear what you're asking for. You want a stunter. Warm up your sweet chocolate, leave the stickiness on it. See the bike back right on it and jump up on it. We want a stunter.
Boy, you see what you did and I hear what you're asking for. You want a stunter.
All right, yeah, that's the lady Kiki alongside the Stinger Man. One simply called Stunter. Yeah. Taken from a rhythm they call the Estrella rhythm. That's the Spanish for star. Right? That's a star rhythm. That's a big rhythm. That's a super rhythm. Oh. Yeah?
I know that there was something familiar about it. Not to believe about it, star. Yeah. That's all right.
Yeah, a big rhythm indeed. Estrella. Here at the morning time. Indeed, here on a Monday morning, the day after a good weekend. Weekend with a whole lot of activities across the length and breadth of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, of course. Friday.
There, we should be there now.
Yeah, should be fast.
All right. So as I have been for the past, I think 3 or so years, I was a judge of the Soca Monarch in South Leeward. Yes. Right. And I must say, I remind individual and I tell myself, the year that Magical won Soca Monarch, National Soca Monarch, I judged him in the Soca Monarch competition in South Leeward. And some good things came through last night. But I don't know, boy. I saw some individuals there who, at least 2 of them, who I judged last year. And they're not participating this year.
Did not participate.
No, they didn't participate. As a matter of fact, one of them came in as a guest performer.
Well, Big Gun now,
Big Gun, my foot.
Big Gun.
Huh? I'm telling you, and that's the thing. Like individuals, you think you have one good year, you sing a song and you have a good year, and you abandon the process. Listen, I one of the reasons why Fireman, by the way, I must also say that Carnival was launched on the weekend, rightfully. Yeah. Yeah, you dropped the madness for the morning, yeah? You dropped it? The madness. You dropped it for the morning?
Not yet.
Yeah, you got to drop the madness. So, hey, Carnival was launched officially on the weekend. The ruler of the land dropped. And so, Carnival, right? Carnival, right. Yeah, they abandoned the process then. One of the reasons why Fireman is so successful is because it took the time to build his base throughout the country.
Yep.
Doing all of those rural events, all of them. So the children, the young adults, everybody got familiar with him by the time they came to the big yard. And so I think that is something that is missing from some of our younger entertainers. They abandon that process. They think one good year with one good song and is enough. And so next year, they're not bothering to get involved in competition. You need to go and get involved in all of the competitions as much as you can to get people familiar with your songs, get your songs on their lips and so forth, get them appreciating your song. But that ain't happening. So you perform 1 year, you probably didn't place or something, or you placed maybe, mediocre in the competition, but your song got some pull up on a few stations a few times, and
you figure you reach.
Yeah, you reach.
Yeah.
Argument done. You know what I mean?
It's
that is the point. I really hope that a lot of these guys consider that attitude and work on their craft, to better their craft, work on their stage craft. Because you for example, I look at you perform this year, you performed last year, you were just as your stage craft has not improved over a year. So clearly you've not worked on it, you've not improved in that regard. So how you expect to step up? Because I want song? Come on, man. I don't know who's talking to these people. I don't know who's in the ears. I don't know what they're listening to. I don't know who hyping them. But you need to rethink that attitude and get back on the ground. I expected to see some of those same individuals doing the thing this year, competing, getting to know the crowd, getting the crowd familiar with them, getting their songs familiar with the crowd and so on. But nah, man, them is big artists now, they reach. Well, boy.
There lies the problem because, I can be quite frank.
No, I want it to be Anthony, please. It was one thing I don't want it to be in this place, is Frank. I want it to be Anthony. Okay. So be quiet, Anthony.
No, our music is sort of just moved into the fast food kind of, thing. It's just here for a couple of weeks and then that's it. Right? We get some nice catchy phrases and then 2 to 3 weeks down the road, a month down the road. That's it.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And, we have to be careful as far as that is concerned. The whole matter of getting fresh, young, new blood, so to speak, into the business is very important. It augurs well for the continuation, sustainability of the art form. But at the same time, we got to make sure that there's certain values first and foremost that we keep up, and very importantly that you produce music that have legs and music that's going to stick around and music that is going to be appreciated for time to come. Listen to the ABCs, the Winston So-Sos, Touch. I can just go on and on listing, some of the music that impacted us then and still continue to impact us today. I also show that, Beckway and Cat in the Rain and all that kind of thing affect us in the way in which What are you laughing for? Huh?
Listen to me. 50
Huh?
years from now, your dream was still to go back way. That's all right.
You think so?
I think so. No, look, there are different things about songs. For example, CP song, Jab Jab, Jab It Back. I don't want to give it the wrong name. Thank you very much.
And that's that's
Carlton.
CP stepping out of his comfort
But that's the
zone.
point. That's
You
the point.
understand?
That's the
And
point
still
I'm
making good
making.
music.
That's the point I'm making.
Yeah.
CP stepping out, making good music, being creative. You see the creativity in the writing coming out and so forth, and doing his thing.
Right.
And that is a song you could groove to. Like I tell people all the time, I could groove to Jab Jab. I could for CP. I could groove to Engine Room. But I don't know if I could make 2 blocks with Madness. But I love Madness. But I don't know if, as I'm saying, I don't know if I could make 2 blocks wrong tongue with it. You know. So people need to work on this stuff. I think, I don't know, the Calypsonian Association, well, there is no Soca Music Association as far as I'm aware. But maybe they need to look at that and then do some mentorship, do some writing. Yeah. I mean, like last night, for example, there's a song from Marlo. Interesting song. He had the crowd singing along with him. But a young man came towards the end. He was the eventual winner last night. And just had the crowd rocking, had the crowd singing, had the crowd clapping. I thought, well, man, everybody clap, you know. And a few notable performances. I have to ask Blink. There was a young man there who, in my view, had the only song on the night. I think the song named Oily or Oil or Oil or something with oil inside it. He had the only song of the night. From the time the man started, I'm like, okay, this is different from what I've been hearing, because everything was a chant. But he actually had a song. You heard a melody, you heard some arrangement and so on. And I thought, this is good. You know, he needs to try and get that song on the airwaves, and that could be something that can go on after Carnival. You know what I mean? For a while. Not disrespecting any of the other songs, because they have their value. And people would sing it. It's amazing that the guy who won brought back something that Touch did a long time ago. Touch did this song Long to Sitong. The guy who won last night, his song was Long to Sitong or Long Fi Sitong, something like that. So, you know, nothing creative in that sense. The young people, they might have thought, wow, yeah, but Touch did that 20 years ago.
many years ago.
Touch did that 20-something years ago. You know, there's
my
nothing
man
new
was
there.
much more creative in the way that
A lot more creative. But again, no disrespect to the young man who sang the song and who won. I hope, as again, I made the point that I hope some of them understand that this is only the beginning of the process and work the process. You ain't reach yet. All right, you get much more success, but you got do it properly.
So having said that, I didn't see you at the Queen of Calypso. What happened?
No. At the night of the Queen of Calypso, I had another engagement. Well, 2 other engagements on that.
You got engaged that night?
Yes.
Ah, okay.
I got an engagement that night. Well, 2 engagements that night. I'm an African. Spend some time, because I don't know if you realize this, but Reggae Stars was at grade 3 on that night, and I got big up Marcella up in Fair Hall, opening up a new shop up in Fair Hall there and so on, and that night she had a nice grand opening. She had a karaoke and so on, so I had to go and support my friend Marcella, so I'm big she up, and encourage her on the new venture. Nice thing happening up there. I got big up, by the way. Yesterday I was live with my partner Snousy, Winston Nanton, and he bought it to you. And I line with him and I line with some good people. And I big up Cedric Williams in Camden Park. He said, boy, I listen to you every day. Him and his wife, so I picked them up, and everybody else who was liming at the shop. Then we talk about Resignation this morning. You know that then Johnny P has song named Resignation.
That was back then.
Yeah, well, then Johnny P, since he sing for Boss, he never sing again. But he had a song called Resignation.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you could have find a copy of it. It would be a nice thing if you could have. I wonder if I could tell Johnny P, send me a copy of song from NBC Radio Boy.
Tell Johnny P send me something.
But Johnny P had a nice song called Resignation. Really nice song. He was using two concepts. And what he was trying to promote was the idea of in this country, everybody resigning, so we are a resignation, a nation of resigners. Because everybody resigning. That was the concept. Again, Johnny P. Crafty, good. They're not that no for right. That's what we're talking about. And last week, Denny, we saw in the media, public person, the resignation of
Go ahead.
The newly elected president of the Utah of the NDP.
Right.
I say newly because I had him for 6 months yet.
I don't know either.
Right. The thing that pops out to me is Miss Jeannie Fire. You ever heard the reference to Miss Jeannie Fire?
Yep.
Right. So that election lasts as long as Miss Jeannie Fire. But she resigned. And she resigned in the official statement. Something nice, listen to me, young people get involved, lay voices, oh, da, 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 da. But again, like old people does say, something in the matter beside the pistol. You put your hand in the fire, how you go? You get burned. You think you're not land. So, as things emerge, that she makes her posts, you're beginning to recognize and realize that something in the matter beside the pistol. And she's commenting about, the attitude of the NDP and people in the NDP having them in opposition and so forth. But I'm going to tell you something. That is the history of the NDP. Unless you have a certain name and you're a part of the petty bourgeois element, the elitist mindset of the NDP, they really have no use for you, They would use you. They have no appreciation for working class Vincentians and what we can do and what we can achieve and how we can contribute as well to nation building. In their minds, certain things, certain positions, certain places at the table should be reserved for those who see themselves as a part of the petty bourgeoisie. And unfortunately, individuals are learning the hard way. You buy the hype, but careful. We've seen this too many times. A young person, they go, they get trained, they come back, they filled with ideas, they want to see things happen. Listen, that's how it starts. They filled with ideas. Then they vibrant, they're excited, they want to see change. But you're in a system that the system itself is resistant to change. The system itself. Talk about, for example, the public service. It is going to take a government that decides I only want one term to come in, shake up this public service vigorously, and God, can you again voting out next time. But you're full of energy, you're full of vigor. You come back with a degree, you benefit from the education revolution, and you're coming in and you want to see things happen. And things happen too slow. You ain't like it, and so you start to become disgruntled and outspoken. And you start to turn on the system and the government and the public servants, and you feel there's no space here for me. And before you know it, you're in the arms of the NDP because you think that's the alternative. You remember Anissa Batiste came back,
yes,
well trained, energetic, have ideas, join the ULP, things happening. As she became outspoken, the referendum came even more. She found herself on political platform. She found herself in the arms of the NDP. Before you know it, she didn't even get a chance to resign. They resigned she. And she said, boy, at least, she said, in the ULP, I was able to do X, Y, Z, not even in here. While with the ULP, she made some decisions and she cussed and she carried on and she leave on her own terms. The situation with the NDP was acrimonious. They kicked she out. There was anger. Anger. And there are many others like her who feel that the refuge, the place of refuge for my discontentment is the NDP, the by the hype, but it is not. And so the latest such individual is Vakisha name from Layu. Young lady, I don't know her personally, but seen comments on Facebook, heard her. This is a young lady who, as far as I remember, I'm told she was a teacher. I remember one Sunday, Curtis King, the Minister of Education, was on issue at hand, and she called. And she's talking about assessment and who's assessing you because, in my view, you are a failure. That is her Minister of Education. Now, explain something to me, please. And that is the problem that the NDP don't realize. When Anisia decides that she will cuss PM and cuss Senator Francis and everybody, and Vakisha decides she will cuss and be a rebel and call Curtis on radio, national radio, and tell him he's a failure and so on and so on, what attitude are you expecting when you embrace them exactly? Do you then think that they're going to come and sit quietly? Because you think that everybody else is the problem and they are not, and so you welcome them, you embrace them, and then when you do, what do you expect? I'm not saying that Vakisha was a problem. I'm saying the way she was relating to Curtis King, the Minister of Education, and so forth, as a teacher, the post that she's making, did you think that she was going to have a different attitude when she comes to your party? Were you expecting a different personnel, a different person, different personality? So she goes and she continues to be what she was that you liked. She didn't come nothing new. She didn't change. She continued being the person who was ruffling the feathers that you wanted ruffled and you liked. You liked it so much that she was promoted to the head of your youth arm. So what happened now? What happened now? You see, the challenges and the attitude is, and I'm going to make an analogy this morning, use an analogy this morning to make an analysis. And Richard warns me all the time not to do it, but I'm going to do it this morning. And I might get into trouble by doing so, but I'm going to do it this morning. Because you see, very often, we have the conditions to succeed and to thrive and to grow, but to become discontented. We all look outside. We listen to the voice of others. And we think that the voice of others would become the sanctuary for us until we realize, boy, you know where I was it all along? Let's go back to the Garden of Eden. For those of you who believe in the creation story, I'm using an analogy to make an analysis. So please follow me. We go back to the Garden of Eden. there were two people there, created by God, if we believe in the creation story. They lived in the Garden of Eden. That was the first housing revolution. God built them. That wasn't a low-income house, you know. That wasn't a middle-income house neither. But they had a big property. Housing revolution. God gave them that. He gave them knowledge and wisdom. Education revolution. They get that. You ready? He said, eat anything that you want. You could call it a Love Box program.
Yep.
You could call it a Love Box program. But just don't eat that. Walk up and down. Have dominion. So you give them walk. So they had everything there. And God knew what he created. He knew their condition. But they wondered. You see, and sometimes the wisdom we crave can be our downfall or the cause of our deception. The independence that we run after, if not used wisely, can be the cause of our downfall. So, they walk in both. And as Eve became enlightened and Adam became enlightened, their eyes were open. They said they're naked. So they start to see things now happening. They listen to the hype. They listen to the hype. Listen, we're going to prepare subjects. They listen to the hype. Oh, we're going to provide 20,000 jobs. They listen to the hype. When we sell Vincent and passport, we have money to pay the road to St. Vincent and it's gold. They listen to the hype. It's this government that gave you a housing revolution. Before this government, there was no housing revolution. And you're going to live in the houses of the government that the government provided, that you acquired through the 100% mortgage. And they're going to turn around and say the government didn't do nothing. Why? Because you're listening to the hype. You're listening to the serpent. But I go on. Because I don't realize that when you listen to the serpent, you will inevitably and invariably lose everything that has already been put there for you. So I go and listen to the serpent. You living in the house built by the government that you acquired through a 100% mortgage. But you go and listen to somebody else who never built a single house. Explain that to me, please. You were able to acquire the 100% mortgage because your salary increased as this government increases salaries, and you were able to study through one of the tuition assistant grants that you're getting from Service Commission, so you become graduate and you could get a salary. Yet, you're listening to the serpent. God gave them the housing revolution. You know? They had the whole Eden for living too. But they're dissatisfied with Eden. They want to be like God. God gave them the whole of Eden for eat from. Eat. But they're dissatisfied. They want to be like God. You were created with wisdom in the image and likeness of God. But that ain't enough. You want to be God himself. So you go. You come back. You get a degree. You walk in. But now you want to be director. You want to be chief. You have a position. You come back, you get a degree, you have some experience. Take time, kill and you go find the guts. No. You want the top work. So you get this grunt line, start to cuss. And then as you cuss, you start to shift over into the arms of the NDP because you feel that is it. Really? Really? I am still yet to meet an individual who, look, let me cut that and say something before we come back to that. I was talking to somebody on the weekend. I think it was my partner Terry. Been going bagger. Going to buy some blackfish to carry up and so on. Man and Giselle down there in Bottle and Glass. And I was saying there are two the Ralph haters can be divided into two groups. The Ralph haters can be divided into two groups. The first group are the extreme rabid base of the NDP, who are always angry every day and who have fed the poison on medium like Nice Radio and so on. You Lynch and the others who for years spewed hate. So that's one group of the Ralph haters. The other group, unfortunately, consists of individuals who once supported the ULP, exalted and extolled the ULP and the virtues of Dr. Gonzalez. But there was a falling out because at some point you were told, no man, that is too much. I can't do this one here. And that created such anger and bitterness that in many instances they become worse than those in the NDP who never supported the ULP. Bitterness, anger, hatred. But if you go back to 2001, 2005, these individuals were the ones telling you, Labour, Ralph Gonzalez, vote Labour, NDP are not good for you. And you go to the genesis of it, you go to the root of it, and it's something, generally speaking, it is not a matter of principle. Because the education revolution still drives the government. It's still housing. The tenets, the foundations of the government, of the party that drove it into office are still there. So you can't come tell me you fell out on principle. No. You can't come tell me the hatred that you now have is because of principle. Who you welcome to tell me Jomo Thomas, who campaigned in 2015, is no longer is cussing every day because what? Because what has changed? What has changed?
Let's take a pin. Take a call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, good morning.
Yeah. Two things. As an educator.
Raise your voice, please.
I say as an educator, I can't let you have the opinion. You fail to mention when you talk about the education aspect of it. The negative scholarships of having 100, well, the 100% mark in terms of most scholarships and grants and so on. Study. You didn't make comparisons that prior to this administration, our students at were being restricted because of a failure with part of the same administration to the economic cost. And it depends on how when for benefit from what this administration has done in terms of educational so the next really has to do with housing, remember prior to this administration, there was the encouragement of slums, and we know that those areas are the bedrock of crime.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Crime stems from hatred in most instances, right? Who have been practicing when a certain organization was initiated as a mouthpiece of a particular party. When we start casting blame for crime, we need to reflect on that. Because there is a difference the components of the program of each particular institution and other institutions. I was coming here to Atlanta and somebody on the other side. I am sure I'm going to do what I told myself I will do that. Right? And the last thing is the people who claim to support a party and because they didn't get what they want, in spite of the fact that they are party, they are genuine. My daughter benefited from an education scholarship in 2008. My son, when he was at university, I could have gone to one of them because I was so interested. But in my mind, I am going to get a chance. He went to his first year here, his first year at the community college, a participation that was cheap by this administration. He did so well. Graduated in valedictorian. We didn't bombard my rep other people to give us a scholarship. It's genuine supporters have interest at the back of their heart, and they're not going to try to exploit each other simply because they're
Exactly. Exactly.
appreciate what is being done and have put it overall to the country. Rather than just one thing. I made this with that. Have a good day.
All right. You know, Danny, I did IT management, an executive diploma at UWI. I paid for it out of my pocket. The government sent me to do a master's in international relations in Azerbaijan. One of those scholarships negotiated with government to government, so it didn't cost me nothing. Thank the government for that. I then did an LLM at Strathclyde University in the UK. I paid for it out of my pocket. As a matter of fact, I still owe them money for the one day. I just completed some studies I've been undertaking over the last 3 years. I paid for it out of my pocket. You understand?
Yeah.
Right. Somebody asked me in the office, and to my staff, and they said, why you never apply for? So the other people take that. Other people take that. I had the means right now. Now there may come a time when I don't have the means and I need the assistance. And I will go and I would apply for it like a Vincentian should and can, like everybody else. Like everybody else. But there are people in this country who feel, look, it have a particular Calypsonian. I call no name. Somebody played Calypso give me yesterday. Just up me kid. ULP Calypso. Yeah, well, sang a few songs for ULP over different election cycles. And this Calypsonian believe that the ULP should mind. I'm using did them pronouns. I said he her, like donkey, he her and she him. So who I guess who the Calypsonian be the business? But that Calypsonian sang a few songs for different election cycle, believe that the government should mind them. And so even when the gas done and the water cut off, it should call somebody and they should put it back on because you are the government's responsibility because you sing calypso.
All I say, man, your song a little sick to me, yeah? Behave yourself. Okay.
Yeah. A song sick.
Your song sick.
A little cool over the weekend. I'm telling you, these people are something else. And so they turn on you because they feel that entitlement. And they become bitter and hateful. Bitter and hateful. And when they do, somehow they feel, let me go to the NDP. And they become some of the biggest mouthpieces for the NDP. And they can't tell you why. And they won't tell you, oh, Gonzalez this, Gonzalez that, Gonzalez this, Gonzalez that. But how the same Gonzalez you're supporting and promoting. And he ain't changed. As a matter of fact, if there's any change in Dr. Gonzalez, Prime Minister of this country, my partner Glenn Beach just say, he gets soft. He gets soft because things that are allowed to happen, and he go, couldn't happen when he was in cabinet. As he gets older, and he's now like everybody's favorite grandpa. So everybody with a problem, then everybody with a problem running up to their favorite grandpa. If there's any change at all, it's a change for the good, because people are realizing, people are approaching our Prime Minister, and he's addressing their issues very often when they feel like they have no other alternative. And I guess that is why people feel that they're entitled. Let me tell you how things are. And then sometimes it might amount to abuse. I don't know. But you know that nursing students in this country get a stipend of $1,000 a month while they go to school. I would tell you that even so, this government, through different programs, still assists nurses with different things, transportation, assist them to pay, to pay the registration fee at the college. Registration fee at the college, money, $700, something. But they would come for assistance, different forms of assistance. Some of them, unfortunately, well, I'm not going to say unfortunately, some are in different situations. They may have children because they may be going to nursing school a little late, so they may have a child or two already, and so the $1,000 stipend is really taking care of a family, and so they may want additional assistance. So one child may be on some form of assistance from the government and so forth. This is how our government, led by Dr. Gonzalez, is ensuring that every Vincentian has equal opportunity to excel, to improve their lives. Don't buy the hype. Don't buy the hype. And I know, I've seen some posts, and I know, I think Williams, the son, him, is planning to do a live to let it all out, because Bowling go boss. I'm really interested in life. Mm-hmm. Because apart from the specifics, the movie done run plenty times. She called names. The last post she called names. She said the biggest hindrance she had was another woman. The woman don't like woman, boy. I don't know what's going on with these people.
You don't like me.
No, the woman don't like woman. Let me stay after that, because we're man. Yeah, they love to use words like misogynist and so left we.
I get a little mix up between the king and queen thing, you know. So, you know.
I hear you. Yeah. Calling names. She may offer information about specific situation and incidents, but I don't need the specifics. Because as far as principles go, the movie don't show. The movie don't show plenty times. My partner Cook. My partner Cook.
Our partner.
Who have vex. Cook was come to my place and and drink my drink, and I go my cupless and drink his drink. Yeah, right. Well, you said so too. Right. Okay, good. So you're our partner. Come on my house. I go by his house. His lovely wife, right? His family. He's a lovely little daughter he adopted and so on. Cock was a member of the ULP. Cock wanted to run for the ULP. He was upset with certain things and he decided, done with that, to join in the NDP. And they never accepted Cock da Silva. They never accepted Cock da Silva. And he was humiliated in the worst way. Cock, Labour never do you so. You might have been upset. You might have been upset with Labour. But Labour humiliate you so. That's how NDP stop. Hey, you may get insights into the specific circumstances of Vakisha, of Anicia, or whatever. But regardless to the specifics, the movie plot is the same.
Let's take another call and then we take a break. Hello, good morning to you. All right, unfortunately, all right, missed the call. It's time for a commercial break.
Yeah, let me do that. Let's do that and we come back and we continue the discussion.
Definitely.
More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way. Super 6 a bigger jackpot game.
$260,000. That's the Super 6 jackpot from midday Tuesday, June 6th. It's $260,000.
More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way.
Friday, 30th June will not be a regular Friday. It will be Fantastic Friday. It's the Kaiso semifinals as Calypsonians compete for a place in the Kaiso finals. So Friday, June 30th, it's Fantastic Friday. Out with the old, in with the new. In the past, you complained when we failed. We listened and went back to the drawing board. At last, a new, fresh beginning. A fresh face, a new product. International Standard Metals A792 presents Galvalume, an aluminum roofing metal, branded best used for roofing material, tested and proven to be of superior quality. Get wider coverage for the best prices on the island. We offer a variety of colors, including zinc sheets. Also, take advantage of our unique roofing patterns, U-panel, industrial, and crimp Spanish style. Visit us at the Diamond Industrial Estate. Call us at 784-456-9900 or email bmlsvg@gmail.com. Galvalume, a product of International Standard Metals.
You can increase your chances of winning the Super 6 jackpot with a combo play. Remember, Super 6 numbers are from 1 to 28. Choose any 5 Super 6 numbers. That's a combo 5 for $69. Match any 5 of the 6 numbers and you will win the jackpot. Choose 7 Super 6 numbers for $21. Match any 6 of the 7 numbers and win the jackpot. There's more. Combo 8, where you purchase 8 Super 6 numbers for $84. Match any 6 of the 8 numbers and you will win the jackpot. There are also Combo 3 and Combo 4 Super 6 plays. Visit the NLA headquarters in Falls Avenue or WhatsApp 495-6886 for more details. Super 6. Bigger jackpots, more chances to win.
Renovating or updating? We supply high-quality engineered hardwood flooring, luxury vinyl planks, and a wide assortment of stylish trims. We also supply wall and floor tiles and tiling-related products. How about your staircase? We have railings, posts, pickets in metal, stainless steel, wood, and glass to make your staircase a centerpiece. We offer personalized selection and shipping service from Canada to SVG. Contact Marlon on WhatsApp at 289-200-7649 or District Stairs on Facebook.
That could have been you. An accident that could have been avoided because your tires had almost no grip on the road. Safety is a factor that should never be overlooked when it comes to your car or whatever you drive. SVG Tire Sales and Services in Falls Avenue and in Arnisvale carries a wide selection of quality new tires to fit any car, truck, minibus, or SUV so you can experience a comfortable and safe commute every time. We are agents for the world's most reliable brands on and off the road, including Kenda Tires, the king of the mountain. Cooper Tires, king of the road and track. Osto, the king of the outback. And High Fly, the king of the Asian highway. We also carry new tires for light or heavy-duty trucks. From MRF, High Fly, and Linglong, a reliable set of new tires keep you, your passengers, and your payload always in the safe lane. So when you need quality tires with reliability at 100%, choose SVG Tire Sales and Services. In Kingstown, 457-1467, or in Arnesvale, 456-6444. SVG Tire Sales and Services. Performance and reliability proven when the rubber meets the road.
June 6th, there'll be thousands of dollars to be won. A lotto jackpot of $111,000. A new home, car, or that college education.
Lotto, you have to be in it to win it.
Next lotto jackpot, $111,000.
At the People's Pharmacy, we put our mission at the center of our name. We are people-centered, and every day we renew this commitment to providing products and services that help our valued customers lead healthier and happy lives. The People's Pharmacy fills prescriptions promptly and accurately, and also offers a wide range of vitamins and supplements, plus generic medication for everything from an upset stomach to the common cold. We offer toiletries and baby care items, skin care and hair care items too. All that coupled with a friendly, knowledgeable, and efficient staff to ensure customer satisfaction every time you shop. The People's Pharmacy offers extended opening hours, 8 in the morning to 8 p.m., Mondays through Saturdays. For more information, give us a call at 456-1170. The People's Pharmacy. We go further to serve you better.
General Hardware still has the best prices on steel, lumber, and plywood. So go on, compare prices. And if by chance you find a better price, no stress. Just talk to the General and they will beat that price plus give you special priority delivery. Yes, General Hardware offers free island-wide delivery on most purchases, so you never have to worry about getting your goods on site on time. Plus, shopping at General Hardware is a pleasant experience with friendly, knowledgeable staff always ready to serve. What more could you wish for, huh? So come to General Hardware for proper service, lowest prices, free delivery, and see why nobody beats the General. Nobody.
For your vital healthcare services, visit us at Vital Care Clinic with general practitioner and nephrologist Dr. Aguilar. We specialize in diagnosis, treatment, and prevention of acute kidney and urinary tract diseases, glomerulopathy, tubulopathy, and kidney stones. We also manage and treat all chronic non-transmissible diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure, lupus, nephritis, and much more. Visit us at Vital Care Clinic at our location in Stone Ground on the ground floor of the Brussels building. Our opening hours are Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. For appointments, call or WhatsApp us at 433-8036. That's 433-8036, or simply walk in. Vital Care Clinic. Together, we can make you have a better quality
What if
of
you
life.
could marry that idyllic view of the outside to the warmth and comfort of the inside? No more barriers to that perfect panoramic view, filling up the entire room with natural light and cool breezes, creating that seamless transition between here and there. Discover the beauty of our bifold patio doors from Kendra's aluminum products. Two spaces have now become one smooth flowing space with a simple flick of a handle. Blur the lines and make your sanctuary spectacular. Enjoy outdoor living from the inside out with a touch of modern elegance. Transform your living spaces. A room with a view now belongs to only you. Visit our showrooms today and ask about our bifold patio doors. Another quality product from Kendra's Aluminum. Kendra's aluminum products exports to all islands in the Caribbean region. Call our export team today for assistance. Kendra's Aluminum Products Limited, a tradition of excellence.
Winning the lotto jackpot? Well, there is an easy way. Combo Play. Choose 4 numbers from 1 to 36. That's a combo 4 at a cost of $64. Match any 4 of the 5 numbers and win the lotto jackpot. There's combo 6, where you purchase 6 numbers for only $12. Match any 5 of the 6 lotto numbers and hit the jackpot. How about Combo 7? That's a purchase of 7 lotto numbers for $42. Match any 5 of the 7 numbers and you will win the jackpot. There are also Combo 3, Combo 8, and Combo 9 lotto plays. Visit the NLA headquarters in Paul's Avenue or WhatsApp 495-6886 for more details. Lotto, you have to be in it to win it.
The tourism industry in St. Vincent and the Grenadines employs thousands of hardworking men and women, providing services as taxi operators, tour guides and tour operators, short-term vehicle rentals, and comfortable accommodations. Many have been trained, licensed, and approved by the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Tourism Authority. Be sure to only use tourism-approved service providers. A message from the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Tourism Authority.
Dr. Santiago Orthopedics and Traumatology Center in capital city Kingstown, specializing in bone, joints, ligaments, tendons, and muscle health. We offer PRP treatment, which supports wound healing in the joints, epidural treatment for lower back pain, hyaluronic acid treatment for knee pain, and much more. We also do minor surgeries and offer X-ray, physiotherapy, abdominal, joint and pregnancy ultrasounds, cast and cast removal services. We are located at the junction of Level Gardens, opposite the Girls Guide headquarters. Our opening hours are Monday to Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and on Saturdays, 8:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. We also do home visits, and our services are also extended to the Grenadines in Beckway every Saturday at Dr. Lugo's Clinic. Visit, call, or WhatsApp 530-7866 for Dr. Santiago Orthopedics and Traumatology Center, where preventing disease, relieving suffering, and healing the sick is our priority.
Friday, 30th June will not be a regular Friday. It will be Fantastic Friday. It's the Kaiso semifinals as Calypsonians compete for a place in the Kaiso finals. So Friday, June 30th, it's Fantastic Friday.
Shut up, there's a big problem. Shut up, you shut up, just shut up and listen. You are in parliament as the people's servant. Not to behave insolent, notation ignorant. Global pandemic, dengue, philosophy, eruption, and no horrific. But not unite us as Vincentians. Hey, what's going on here? Hey, bacchanal everywhere. Beats is split down in the middle. Someday I so, someday they so. COVID lockdown, cause more trouble. Tribal war wrecking with people. Everybody know we fast. Always bad mouthing each other. Drink red water and salt. For breakfast, lunch and dinner. Lay down, hold down. Stripping each other beer. Now we private. Dangling in the air. We outside. Naked and we born. We outside. Still with learn. We bars exposed, we back exposed, we dog exposed, we cat exposed. The world put a pressure on we, but we see we self as we enemy. Wasting precious energy in order to beat up we own daily. We outside, just leave me alone. We outside, play with me phone. But the living skyrocketing. We outside. Before we look up and do something, throw away that don't get attitude, yeah. Settle down as a people, eat what you do, help us to do. None about our struggle, ancestors, friends and foes. Many years have passed, we at the bottom of the ladder. We're nowhere fast, still ruled by our state master. Rabbit, treated me unfair, all the while pretending that they care. We outside, naked as we born. We outside, they would belong. We front exposed, we back exposed, we bottom exposed, we top exposed. Century after century, we don't know we friend from we enemy. People who had we in slavery, we bowing down to their monarchy. The outside, leave me alone. The outside, talking on the phone. Rather that is every children. The outside, allowing others to brainwash them. The outside, remember, we live in a global crisis. It's better to pool our resources. But we got tears and sweat. No apology yet. We must demand respect. Pay up your debt. We can't stand it outside.
The lyrical master, the Sula here in the morning time. The outside, but still a lot of things that certainly continue to affect us here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. But still, we outside.
Somewhere sitting down looking over the River Rhine is a young man of old age. Listen to the song here with the eye closed and just watching the hand, he and the hand raise up because you see, boy, this is the lyrical master, the poet, and he done Kong Sule King, eh?
He done
Kong Sule King, yeah. Whatever happened to Western Carnival is irrelevant because from that vintage point, 20 something floors up in that big building with a big window looking over the rain. He done Kong Sule King.
I just had to play a little piece of Sule for him.
Play piece more.
Piece for him, huh? This piece here.
Okay.
Here we go. Wait, what is? Yeah, I wanted to listen to this piece here.
Shut up.
That's all we play for this one. That's all.
You can't do my partner so.
No,
you can't do my partner so.
Huh?
No, you can't do my partner so. Play that for Leacock. Last week Thursday in Parliament. Play that for Leacock last week Thursday in Parliament. Yeah, play that for Leacock. Leacock. You know, and I like how Sule is using, you know, the whole idea of we outside, which is something that was happening. This whole big talk during COVID, we outside, and he's using it in context similar to what I was saying earlier. CP did with the whole jab. You know, I mean, I when I see good writing, you have to put some respect on it. You know, but yeah. Now I made a comment earlier, and someone took me up on it, and I think the person misunderstood what I was saying because they said that the registration for college is $700 some and it's not plenty money. It's not plenty money. The person responded, one of our good comrades on the live said, $700 may not be a lot of money for you. However, it might be big cost for others. $700 in the context of education is not a lot of money. There is no college in the world where you go and pay $700, something for registration. No. The fact is, some individuals may not be able to afford it. I understand that because of different circumstances, because of different choices. They may choose to do something else with the $700. You know, the same individual who would run to the office for assistance to pay the $700 registration fee would take $1,500 to go to New York, or $400 to go to an all-inclusive fete. But in the context of education, it's not a lot of money. It's not. For education, you know what I mean? So you're doing a nursing program and you're paying registration of $700 something a year, $800 a year for the entire program, which is basically the fee. Yeah, the fee, the college fee for the year. I mean, if anybody can tell me $800 and something, $700 something per year for a nursing program is a lot of money, then I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't agree with you on that one day. But as I said, I understand that it may be difficult for some to afford it because of circumstances. We have a call, so let's see the call.
Hello, good morning. Good morning, you're live.
Yes, good morning. Are you all hearing me by any chance?
Loud and clear, loud and clear.
Oh,
by every chance.
Across.
Okay.
It's not. I am not hearing you very well, but I was saying, Mr. Denny and Mr. Marshall, I've been wondering since last week, how authentic is the Calypso village to raise a child? Are there any villages left in which as such could raise a child? That could advise anybody in the village?
Interesting.
I've been wondering since last week. I have heard that whatever it is that it takes a village to raise a child, and I know I grew up in Kingstown, right?
Yeah.
And I know nobody interfered with their bringing a child in Kingstown. Nobody, no neighbor told another neighbor anything about the children. But I've heard it said of other villages. At least I've heard it said of villages in St. Vincent that they could say, the neighbor could say, well, don't behave like that and don't behave like that.
Yes.
But how many villages are there left in St. Vincent?
Good question.
You've raised a very interesting point. And
all right, I was just because
okay.
I'm wondering about it since last week.
All right.
I want somebody to give me kind of an answer. All right, never mind.
No problem. All right.
And this is no way in getting at Fire and Press.
No. Well, first of all, Fire and Press started somewhere in the African proverb says.
Exactly.
So she quoted an African proverb. Yeah. But this brings into sharp focus the urban-rural dichotomy, really. Things are done differently in urban areas than they are done in rural areas, first of all. So like Carla said, people don't interfere with nobody. In the urban areas, people stay in their own place. People have their car, people drive home, people go in their house, people have the amenities to entertain themselves. In the rural areas growing up, we literally grew up with each other. So it wouldn't be strange, for example, I know growing up, I called a number of people auntie and uncle, Uncle Peary and so on, who were no relations of mine, but they were good friends of either my mother or my father. And as a sign of respect, that's how I refer to them. And so, yes, in those villages, in those towns outside of Kingstown, children going to the shop and so forth had to be circumspect, because an adult see you, an adult who know your parents, would be able to rebuke you and talk to you, and you dare not respond in a particular way, rudely, or ignore. Because by the time you get home, or even afterwards, you that complaint is going to be brought home to your parents, and you will be punished. So yes, that happened, and maybe it's because in the rural areas, as I said, there's more of a community spirit than in the urban areas. Because in the urban areas, in the cities, people have different priorities and they're busy doing their own thing. But in the rural areas, in the areas where I come up, people it's like Brooklyn versus St. Vincent. In New York, in Brooklyn, you're not even a face, you're a number. You don't see a neighbor for months. People could dead in their house and run. But in Chateaubelair, if you're dead, they will find out before you are, because somebody going to pass by, Anthony! Hey, Anthony! And the minute you answer, somebody will say, nah, that's normal, because Anthony, the customs company poach this every morning and sit down there with the cup in the hand and drink bush tea, and we just talk when he pass, and me and see he when he pass, and me and see for 2 mornings, so something wrong. I remember years ago in kindergarten, a man died and I was thinking it was rotting in the house. If you live in the urban areas, that could happen to you. If you live alone and you have it, that could happen to you. In the rural areas, it's less likely because people know your business. There's that community thing. It extends beyond, so that community spirit that exists in the rural areas, it still exists to some extent. No, today, as we talk about the issue that was raised by our caller, younger people are having children. Back then, flogging was okay. And so, parents flogged their children. Teachers were allowed to flog students and so forth. Today, it's frowned on. And so parents no longer flog. And so how dare you even think of flogging as a form of punishment, I mean. But even so, there are still elements, situations where the village still has some influence because your neighbor, your friend can still rebuke your child, and that child, in some instances, would adhere to the rebuke because they understand how it works. In many instances, you get too bad word because times are changing, and that is the reality. That is the reality. And maybe we need to look at that. Like I would say, my mother, they go in barracks. You had a bunch of porch. You had Miss Ethel on one side. You had the Johns on one side. You could sit down in the porch and turn left or right and talk to your neighbor right across this one and so forth. Bongo, who live 2 houses away, could have still shout across and ask me. I'm gonna ask him if you any bundi. Do you remember the joke there, Gemma? Any CO? Yeah. So those things occurred in the rural areas. But like the caller said, in the urban areas, in this town, may not have been the case because people minding their own business, people on their own business doing. I remember living in kindergarten for a short period, maybe about 2 years. It was one of the most difficult periods because there was a time that I didn't drive. I had just gotten married and we had moved to Kingyand and we didn't have a car just yet. So we would have to walk down to work and walk back up. I taught at the Anglican school at the time, Kingston Anglican School, and so forth. And I tell you something. If I was walking home, going up Longmall to go to Kingyand, and a piece of rain break down, I had one choice. I had one option. Walk home in the rain. Because there was no yard for me to run into and shelter because everybody yard fence wrong and a big gate and big dog. And nobody will stop for me in the car. No. On the other hand, if I was walking home from plant school to go to barracks where I live in Chateaubelair, and the rain come down, I could run in somebody's shop. I could run in somebody's porch. I may not get, back in the day, I may not have gotten a ride because there are much cars on the road then. But I know I ain't getting wet down. I know I could run into somebody's porch and so on. And while I talk until the rain ease up.
But while being in that porch and you said anything that was unbecoming, prepare yourself also.
Of course.
For the backlash.
I'm a big man. Then. But no, so you see that's a difference with where we are now and where we were then, and the whole country tongue thing, the whole urban rural divide. But if you were to let's go back a little bit to where we started and make the point that when people express their disgust or their anger, vexation, it is always good to get to the genesis of it, the root of it, where it started. And I always make the point, if you think for some reason you're being treated unfairly under a ULP administration as a ULP supporter, listen, it could be 100 times worse under NDP government. Because one of the things I can say with a clear conscience is that opportunities have never been more equally distributed in the history of our country. No, I did not say opportunities are perfectly distributed. And maybe there are those who want perfection, who want to ensure that if there are 15 opportunities, that the 15 opportunities are distributed, one in each constituency. They may not work out that way. Because of how things are, 3 people in town might get. And nobody in North Leeward and Northwood and the Grenadines might get. But opportunities have never been more evenly and equally distributed in the history of this country. The children of the working class have never had more access to opportunities ever in the history of this country. And you are seeing it with your very eyes as the standard and the quality of living of our people across this country improves. You know one of the reasons why you have communities like Camden Park and Glen and so on with a serious concentration of individuals from rural areas living there, because people have to move. Some from the volcano, but even more so, all of the working opportunities went down. All. You had to work in town. One. You had to come to town. And the traveling was difficult. Access to transportation. Now today, people are staying in their communities because one, you get in work in the community, one, but two, better access to public transportation, and people have their own vehicles. 15 years ago, before this ULP government, Keisha Ballantyne, graduate teacher, Gail's sister, can't remember her name, and others like them, who are graduate teachers, would have had to come as far as Georgetown. The nearest they could have walked was Georgetown. If you were a teacher, if you're a graduate teacher. Imagine that, Denny. The nearest school you could have teachers for secondary school was Georgetown. If not, you had to go to North Union before this government. So you teach, you go, you study, you're a graduate teacher. Keisha, you started to teach a Sunday Bay primary, but now girl, you graduate now. So you had to go Georgetown or North Union to teach. Today, Keisha Ballantyne and others like her can teach at the Sandy Bay Secondary School right in the community. So we have professionals, young people in their communities are taught by their own. The professionals right in their community. Could call the name, my friends could call the name. I can call other people's name, I'm going to call them the name. Call the name. Calypso and Calypsonians, conscience of the city, conscience of the people. They speak, voice of the people, they say. But when a Calypsonian go writing a Calypso and nothing happening, he ain't speaking for me. He ain't singing for me. So they could sing for me. So they're sensible. So they could sing for me. And like I say, I have not much Calypso. I mean, Tajo, up to now, and Tajo Crown for the friend, but nobody ain't Tajo song yet. I can adopt Fire Empress song. Miss Nubian Empress, Empress or Princess? Number 2, then the young lady who came number 2 for the thing is this. You got Princess or never Empress? Empress. I ain't Chanel yet.
Yeah, Chanel.
Up to now. Up to now. I was saying that just this morning. I ain't sure yet.
You start listening to Star in the morning.
I am on Star in the morning.
Not really tough thing.
Well, the thing is, between 7, the truth is between 7 and 7:50, I'm actually listening to EFM because I'm preparing now to go on to EFM. So if you play channel anytime between 7 and 7:50, you wouldn't get. But like me, I call couple of days. So let me take it.
Hello, good morning.
Hey, good morning. I'm not hearing anything about how to play science, Calypso, what you think about Mr. Gonzalo and Mr. Francis?
Let's just say the tender spoken. Is this tender spoken with regards
Well,
to that?
I'm not going to comment on anything from that individual. Save and except to say that someone sent me a video link to the song, and the song, every aspect of it is defamatory. Every aspect of the song is defamatory. And I was a bit surprised and even disappointed that regardless to how much you were caught by surprise, that song is about 7 minutes long, 7-8 minutes long. And the entire song was performed that nobody in the tent had the presence of mind to go on stage, interrupt the song, use the engineer, pull down the mic volume for 7 minutes. That to me was that is the biggest takeaway. Because Zion I is an idiot to pen and perform a song like that is idiotic, apart from the legal aspect of it. It's completely and utterly idiotic. And clearly, he has some cheerleaders like Patches Nights and so on, because I was looking for an interview. So Patches wouldn't sing it or write it, but he would chuck up Zion I with big fool, big idiot that. Fool boy that. But, as you raise it, man, but the biggest takeaway is not that a fool would do a foolish act. No, you've come to expect foolishness from fools. It is that for the entirety of the song, I ain't casting no aspersions, but if I understand the legal ramifications of something like that, and I listened to the interview from IPA, the 10th leader, and he knew there were concerns. He expressed the concerns with the song before the event. So he knew it was potentially contentious, defamatory, that could get him into legal problems. And so, if nothing else, I was going to be on guard. Even so, I was going to be on guard for the actual performance. And when the performance is going on, 7 minutes? After verse 1, chorus, nothing. You sing verse 2, chorus, nothing. Verse 3, chorus, nothing. And then you're present at the end of it all to apologize. Then that's like to me, that's like Bling watching me and you fight. Stand up over me, and I just stabbing you. And he stand up there and watch the whole thing when he done. He said, boy, let me two brethren in Jed. I'll Mexican go to that Jed. And he did nothing. Nothing. That to me is the biggest takeaway. That the tent, the members in the tent, the officials in the tent, the executives in the tent, how come, Denny? I have not heard anything from the Calypsonian Association. The Calypsonian Association has not spoken to the fact that this is not what Calypso is and this is not what Calypso ought to be. Those to me, that is why my mind is. If you expected better from Zion, boo for you. You really expected too much. Because clearly you heard last year, and you see that you had been going on a slippery slope from even before that. the individuals so named can take whatever action, and it is up to them to take whatever action they see necessary and appropriate whenever they feel necessary and appropriate. And for that, I am going to address that. Whoever he was speaking about, and we all know the references made, those individuals will, I'm sure, consult their legal personnel, legal team, and deal based on the advice, act accordingly. But I just thought that the 10th. That's where I was. That's where I was.
All right. Well, 9:05. So you got a wrap here on a Monday morning. As per usual, thanking everyone who shared the last 90 minutes there about with us, as we certainly got interactive here on a Monday morning. So it was a pleasure, and all been well and good. Tomorrow morning, we'll be back with you with another program here on the Star. Continue to keep it locked in. 10 o'clock, of course, you'll link with WeFM for the Shake Up program. We've got much more as to the, information flowing from us here at the Star to come during the course of the day, during the course of the week, for that matter. By the way, Street Beat.
Well, I know that my team member.
You see, from the time you go in front of the are you ready? You immediately reignite the passion within people.
So here's the thing now. So I was talking to the other half of Street Beat, and the other half of Street Beat, who I know was involved also in South Leeward and was there much later than I.
You ain't saying nothing.
May not
on stage.
May not be able to awake from slumber today. So if I see him, then we can plan for Street Beat. But if what I'm bringing show up, I'm on my own. I'm on my own. So that's how it is. That's how it is. But so yeah, we did speak about it on the weekend about Street Beat. Say what, bro? After Sunday night, boss man, and he had been at this since last week Friday, back and forth. As a member of the committee for South Leeward, dealing with the preparations for the jump and so on the weekend and the Soca Monarch. And when I left there just after 1 o'clock or thereabout, he was still there because results had not been announced yet or anything like that, and so I suspect he would have been there for a few hours afterwards. So if he's able to crawl out of bed and find his way to Star, then we go a Street Beat. If not, ladies and gentlemen, because by the way, we supposed to go back with our Street Beat, we don't talk to Carlos, so that'll be the next Street Beat.
I know I go in. I'm the guest on that program. All right. Yeah.
But hey, what?
One of the guests is on the program.
Oi. Guess what?
I'll be one of the guesses.
Guess what? That's the only guess you get in right now on the program. Guess what? Yeah.
All right. Folks, have a good one. Keep it locked in here on a Monday morning. Back at you tomorrow. God's willing.
Friday, 30th June will not be a regular Friday. It will be Fantastic Friday. It's the Kaiso semifinals